Hey guys, this is Rusty 78609. It's 1:42 p.m. Tuesday, October the 10th, 2017, and I'm still waiting on my new RV, but I got a comment here that I'm going to comment on. Okay? It's a good one. And it alludes to how difficult is it to RV. In other words, if you're elderly or you have some health issues or whatever, how difficult is it to pull a travel trailer or go RVing? And I'll address that, but first I'll read the comment. Rusty, this is from Nail 4620. It says, Rusty, I was hoping you could provide some RV advice. I'm a recently retired single woman. Part of my retirement plan is returning to doing some RV traveling. Haven't RV'd in about 25 years. But my type of camping is national forest, state parks, and I think I'll like boondocking. I've been looking at late model used Class Bs for a couple of years, but could never quite pull the trigger given how expensive they are. I just got a 2017 Toyota Highlander and am now considering instead a very small trailer like a Tab 400. Excellent choice. That's a very good one. Simply because I now have a good tow vehicle and it would be so much cheaper overall. Here's my question. How difficult physically is it to do all the things required to travel with a trailer? I'm thinking of things like hitching up, raising and lowering the jacks, leveling, and I guess even emptying the gray-black tanks. I know also the Class B test. Both of that's a trade-out. You're going to have to do that on the Class B or the travel trailer. That's true. I have arthritic knees, and getting up and down off the ground would be near impossible. I'm looking forward to your thoughts regarding physical demands of required RV tasks in general, as well as of Class B versus a trailer. Okay. First of all, there's a lot of things that the Class B would offer you that would be easier. Okay, the travel trailer is a little bit more difficult because there are several things you have to do. As far as raising and lowering the hitch, the Tab 400 comes with an electric hitch, so you don't have to worry about that. I mean, you just push a button up and down it goes, unless you don't have your battery's dead or something. And then there's a manual override, and that would take some effort. But we'll talk about the travel trailer and then we'll talk about the Class B. I've never had a Class B, but I almost got one, so I'm very familiar with what they're all about. For a travel trailer, when you get ready to go, okay, you've got to take the jacks down or whatever, put them out or get them off the ground. And what I use, and you could use too, get you a little 12-volt drill that has a fitting that fits that little nut on the screw down jacks, because there are screw down jacks on the Tab 400, and you just put that on there and it just goes right down or up. And now the thing that you'll have to do though, and I would recommend not using the drill for that, because if you get a drill that's really powerful enough to lift the RV, it's going to want to twist your arm. Okay, I mean it's you're going to have to really hang on to it. I don't think you're going to want to do that. So what I've done to compensate for that is I just have a 12-volt drill to put the jacks down and up. In other words, I can get them down to the ground by just using the drill, and they're down. And then I've got a tire tool, a regular tire tool that gives me plenty of leverage, and it's got a fitting that fits that nut, so you can, whenever you get it all the way down, if you need to come up another ½ inch or so to make it level, then you can use that tire tool, and it's very easy. I mean, you don't have to apply much effort because it's got a lot of leverage. Get you a nice wide tire tool and use it, and that way you can add a little pressure to those jacks to get them all the way down. How much effort's required there? Not much at all. I mean, I think you could handle that because you don't have to kneel down. Now, what I would recommend there, though, for you, if you really do have a lot of trouble getting up and down, I would recommend getting a little stool maybe a little three-legged stool or something that's, a comfortable height for you to get down so that you can sit there while you're putting the jack down and fooling with it and also raising it up. All right, get you a stool, that takes care of that. And also that would help you whenever you get ready to drain your tanks. You just go ahead, you set the hose, put the hose in the drain thing. That's whether you've got a Class B or a travel trailer, and then just sit down there on your stool, and pull those plugs, let it drain. Have your hose right there with you, your water hose, and so that whenever you finish draining your tanks, then you can just take the water hose while you're sitting on your stool and put it in the end of that drain hose after you take it off the RV and start to clean it out. You know what I mean? Flush it out. Just lift it up, and then that'll work much easier just sitting on the stool. And so you're going to have to do that whether you have a Class B or a travel trailer. Now, as far as other things, as towing a travel trailer is no more tiring, I don't think, than driving a Class B. A Class B is more like just driving a big van down the highway. And so I'm not too sure. I've driven them, but I've never driven them long distances. Okay, so I don't think they're any more fatiguing than any other vehicle. But for the price, you're looking at, to get a decent Class B, you're probably looking at 35,000 minimum in that range, because if you don't, they're going to be so high mileage, they're going to be junk anyway. And a new one. You can get a new one. You can get a Roadtrek Simplicity SRT, which is a very basic model of Roadtrek, which is a very good brand. And I looked here in the past few months, and you can get one drive out for around 60 to 64,000. Okay, even though that's a lot of money, everything's relative. You know what I mean? If you have the right relatives, just borrow some money and take care of it. So let me just be sure, how difficult physically is it to do all the things? Like hitching up. Hitching up is not a problem. The only problem you're going to have there is if you're by yourself like I am, is, aligning the hitch. In other words, you're backing it up so that the ball, if you're in a travel trailer, the ball is lined up so you let the hitch right down on the ball. Getting it perfect in position takes a little time. It doesn't take any effort, other than you need to get in and out of your vehicle a few times, possibly, to be sure you're lined up. I got it down to where I could do it in 3 in and outs, one to get started, 2 to get it close, and 3 to close it up. And but you can develop some patterns, and the RV that you're towing is so lightweight, you can move it with your hand. It has a roller under the tongue or the hitch jack. It's got a wheel, so you can actually move it, and I'm sure you could move it a little bit with your hand. That makes it a lot easier. And of course, then you got to back a trailer. That some people are a little paranoid about backing travel trailers, and it's not that hard. Again, it's just something that, if you take your time, it works very easy. But if you get in a hurry, it can be very frustrating. Okay, and so my thing is, I just go into this zone. I don't really care how long it takes. I'm going to get it right. And what I do is, and this is a little tip that will help you, is this is the steering wheel. Okay, just imagine that's the steering wheel. Put your hand on the bottom of the steering wheel. Okay, and you're looking in your mirror. Okay, and you know that you want your trailer, the back of your trailer, to go to the left. You want it to go that way. Okay. Then what you do is you take your hand that's on the bottom of the steering wheel and you move it in that direction, okay? That will move the back of that trailer left. And then if you want to move to the right, just the opposite, of course, okay? See how easy that is? And just go slow. That's all you do. Left, right, nothing to it. But that's where the back of the trailer is going to go, okay? Your vehicle's going to go in the opposite direction, all right? That's what's confusing about backing a trailer. But if you just put your hand on the bottom of the steering wheel, and when you're looking in your mirror, your outside mirror, and you're looking at your travel trailer, and you're saying, "My, I need to go that way." Well, go that way. Okay, just turn the wheel that way. All right. So, but anyway, that's just something I do. Makes it easier for me. I don't think it's all that physically challenging. I think you'll enjoy it, and possibly, in fact, it may help you with some of your physical problems because you'll be forced to move some parts you may not want to be moving. But get you a stool, whether you get a Class B or a Tab 400, doesn't matter, but get you a stool so you can sit down if you need to. Get it where it's a comfortable height so you can get down and get up comfortably, and you're good to go. Whether you got a travel trailer or a Class B, okay? I think you'll enjoy it. And, here's a suggestion too. You can rent travel trailers, and you can rent you can rent that Tab 400. It may be a little pricey for 2 or 3 days, but you could rent it, take it out there in the real world and see if you like it, because you may get out there and say, to hell with this, before you spend any money. And the same way with the Class B. You'll get that Class B, and, if it's something you enjoy, then you may just have to bite the bullet and go for it. Because now the good thing about the Class B is you only need one vehicle. And you have a SUV or something, I can't remember what it was, but be that as it may, the Tab 400 is going to cost you $20,000 to $25,000, okay, or maybe even more. I don't know how much they are now, but see, let's just say 25 round numbers, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, depending on what you add to it. But if you throw your vehicle price in there too, you're looking at $40,000 minimum, okay, to $50,000, depending on how much you paid for your vehicle. So you got $50,000 tied up in 2 items. Whereas you could possibly get a very good road trek for $50,000 or 40 to 50, and that'd just be a push. And then you could also use your Class B as a personal vehicle. And I still think about that. I mean, I've got, by the time I get this RV I've got on order, even though it cost me just under $10,000 for the travel trailer because it's a cheapo, which is fine with me though. But I've got, my pickup was, I think I financed like $22,000 on it. So, say it was 25, 26, whatever it was, drive out, say 25, and then I've got 10 in the travel trailer, that's 35,000, for that same 35,000, I might have been able to find a used one, but for that 35,000, the only used ones I could find were really used, okay? And, I wasn't lucky, or I would have gone that direction, because I just want one item. That's it. Because I could easily go to get groceries in a Class B motorhome. No problem with that at all. None. And they get you can get 18, 19 miles to the gallon in a Class B motorhome. No kidding. They're V6. Just one of them had the same engine I've got in my pickup. I get 25 miles to the gallon. One guy said he was getting 22 in his Class B. So anyway, enough said about that. But your physical limitations, I think you need to give it a test drive before you buy. In other words, rent one, try it, see what you think, and hope it works out for you is all I can tell you. But I think if it were me and I had the money, Class B, that's it. If I had the money. But you're looking at a payment. If you go for a new one, you're looking at a payment $500 a month. Roughly. But if you take your RV payment and your but if you're going to pay cash, that's another thing. But anyway, enough said. I don't know what your financial situation is, but if I had a choice, I would go with the Class B. No kidding, because that eliminates a lot of crap. All right. And then as far as leveling it, then you can get these little leveling blocks, little plastic blocks that are kind of gradual. They kind of, I don't have one in the house or I'd show you, but they're about this thick on one end, and then they're just really thin on one end, and you drive up on them. You put it under the rear wheel or whichever wheel you want to raise up, and you get 2 of those, and then that way you can raise up one side or the other, whatever you need to do to get it leveled up enough for sleeping. And it's really easy to do, because I leveled up my pickup using those, and it works very easy. So, and that way all you got to do is just set that on the ground and kick it up under the tire with your foot. You don't even need a stool for that, and you're good to go. Yeah, but I think, take a hard look at the Class B. Really, I'm serious. But anyway, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye, USA made when you can. Thank you for the comment, though. And also, all you guys that have been using the Amazon link in my description of my videos, I really appreciate it. Helps a lot. So, but anyway, take deep breaths, drink plenty of water, do all that stuff to keep your health, and enjoy your day. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.